I'm Hannah, and I'm answering your questions for Ask Hannah. I've got a question today from Vicky, and it's about Christmas. So let me give you a little backstory here. Vicky, it says that when growing up, she was always taught that Christmas was about Jesus' birth, and they always went to church. And since then, she said things are a lot different. Her mom has passed away, and her family, her sisters and her, they try to make new traditions. And she says here she always feels like something is missing, or that it just doesn't feel like Christmas. She also says that things are different with her right now because they are not involved in a church. And she said that it's hard because of the area they live in. She can't find a church where they the worship that she likes to do. She likes more contemporary worship, and also it's become like they never go to church anymore. And she just wants to know, how can she make it feel like Christmas? Well, I think, Vicky, you're not alone, and I think a lot of people feel that same way, where, all of a sudden, we're counting down on the Advent calendar, and we're just like, it just feels, where's the magic? Where's all the holiday spirit? Where's it gone? And I think you touched on it, Vicky, when you shared that you're not attending church anymore. And I'm not saying that church is going to give you that feeling. But I also know that our joy, our true joy as Christians, come out of our obedience to God. And sometimes, it's easier to stay home on Sunday. It's easier to not get involved in church. And it's also very, very easy to come up with excuses of why not to. And I've been there. I know it's easy, especially a busy mom with kids. Or maybe you and your husband don't, both agree on a church. But I know that God will allow you the opportunities to get involved in some way. And He wants you serving. It's not that it's important to go to a building, but it is important to be in a body of believers if you're a Christian, and to support one another. And, not just to go there to be fed, but to go there to be a part of the experience. And it just comes down to obedience. And when we obey God, whether or not we know why, the same thing with kids. I always tell my kids, I'll tell them to obey me, and they don't always need to know why. Okay? I don't have to explain why, because I said so. That's why. And that's enough reason sometimes. And as adults, we have to do that too, because sometimes God will say, obey me. And we want to know why. And He says, I don't have to tell you why. But He has a perfect plan for you. I know He does. He says that we can test and prove that His will is perfect and pleasing for us. So test Him. Test Him in this. And just obey where you know that you're falling short. And the Holy Spirit will tell you that. And obey. And get involved in a church. Let this be, not the time of parties and presents, but a time where you can see where you can be a blessing to another person, where you can show the love of Christ to somebody else. And you'll find that Christmas, that magic comes back. That joy comes back, because it isn't about the presents. It isn't about the party. It's about the joy of the birth of Christ. And that joy, again, joy comes through obedience. It happens every time. So just test Him in this. Try it out. And Merry Christmas! I think I just spit there. So, so send me your questions. Send them to me. All your questions to me. No matter what they're about. Well, I might have to edit some of those. But questions about money, your kids, your home, your marriage, whatever. And I'll try to help as best as I can. Oh, yeah, there's a link right here. See? See, I really didn't see that. It's the magic of editing. I don't know, but I can do like this, beep, and it's there. Ask Hannah at Ask Hannah. Okay, that's maybe getting a little too specific. At hannahq.com. Okay, and I'll talk with you later. Beep.